Have you ever heard of a princess who had everything she wanted? A golden crown, a sparkling castle, and a kingdom full of joy, but never, ever smiled? Yes, it's true. There lived a beautiful young princess who had everything anyone could wish for: a loving family, a shining palace, and gardens filled with colorful flowers. But there was one strange thing about her. She never smiled. No matter what the king and queen did, they could not make their beloved daughter even giggle. The royal clowns danced and tumbled, storytellers shared their funniest tales, and musicians played cheerful tunes. But the princess only looked at them quietly and said, "Thank you, but I don't feel like smiling." The king grew very worried. One day he announced, "Whoever can make my daughter smile shall receive half my kingdom and marry the princess." People from every corner of the land rushed to the palace: brave knights, clever magicians, funny jesters, and rich princes. But none could bring a smile to her face. Meanwhile, far away in a small village, lived a poor young man named Ivan. He worked hard every day on his little farm and always helped others, even when he had very little for himself. One morning, on his way to the market, Ivan saw a frog stuck in the mud. He gently lifted it out and set it free. The frog croaked happily, as if to say thank you. A little further, Ivan found a tiny bird with a broken wing. He carefully wrapped it in his handkerchief and placed it on a tree branch. And before he reached the city, he saw a small child crying because her toy cart had broken. Ivan used a bit of rope to fix it, and the little girl smiled brightly. When Ivan finally entered the city, he was tired, muddy, and covered in dust, but still cheerful. As he passed the palace, the princess happened to be watching from her balcony. Just then, Ivan tripped over a rock. His basket of apples flew into the air, and one apple landed right on his head. Another rolled to the frog he had rescued earlier, who leaped onto it and croaked loudly. The bird he had helped fluttered down and began pecking at the apple. Seeing this funny scene, a frog riding an apple and a bird dancing beside it, the princess suddenly burst out laughing. The sound of her laughter echoed through the palace. The king and queen ran out in joy, tears in their eyes. They had finally seen their daughter smile. The princess came down and said to Ivan,